Hi everybody, this is Joker King, and last time you saw me do a world tour of everything in this game that I am playing currently in this world. Something that I've been working on for a long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video and understood exactly what I'm wanting to do for this series. And if you don't want to go back and look at it, well, just tag along because this is going to be pretty fun. In this part of the map, we're going to be working on turning all this into, instead of it being a small little field power plant that I had in the past, we're going to be turning it into a big oil manufacturer, which will be packaging 600 turbo fuel per minute and 1450 oil per minute, sending it anywhere we need to. So for this video, we're going to be gathering all that oil that's actually built right here, bring in iron and copper, and then turn this into a beautiful oil packager plant that we can be sending off to anywhere we need in the future. But not just that, we're actually be sending most of it, or at least half of it, to our nuclear power plant that we'll be making later on. So ignore my voice because I just woke up. But what I figured we could start doing is let's just start deleting everything, because we're not going to be needing any of this anymore. We're going to actually be changing the ground as well, which is kind of sad for me, just because, you know, this is my first fuel power plant I ever made. This is where I actually started learning how to make fuel for the first time. So having this weird moment where I'm deleting everything, kind of sad. But when something falls, something else rises, and we're going to be turning this into an amazing packager plant, which I don't know how we're going to be doing it completely, but what we're lucky enough is we already have our sulfur and coal that I need for my compact coal. I just gotta make this look nicer. And you guys are probably wondering, am I gonna be tapping here, or am I gonna be sending this train over to somewhere else to unload? And you know what, I haven't quite decided that one yet. I think I'm just gonna tap here. But yeah, so this is gonna be the most boring part for you guys, is me just deleting all of this. So I'm just gonna hurry and delete it, and I'll come back once I think I made an idea of a stable ground. And I don't know why it says stable ground, because that don't make sense. A stable platform to actually build. Okay, I got pretty much all of it deleted now. Now we need to go here and go to my 5x5 blueprint, and we go here, tap there, we slide it just a little, we go bing, and then we just start just placing everywhere. You guys have seen me do this before. But now that we got all of it deleted, we can just spread it around. We can start gathering all the oil that's around here. That's what we're doing. And then we also need to figure out a train station part where everything's going to be loaded and then taken. But I can't really completely do that till I know where all my oil is going. So the train station is going to have like a pause area. Okay, so I figured this little front section right here that I don't have completely done can be where all of our train stuff's gonna come in and set. So I need to route my train down to here, have it split up into just whatever, because like I said, we don't know what we're quite unloading and loading yet. And then we're gonna have to worry about the actual production, which I'm gonna build everything and then bring in those resources. A little bit different than how I normally do it, but that's okay. We like to roll with the punches. All right, so what I figured is we're gonna have trains come in here, go right into here, do all their stuff, and when they come back to load, they'll normally come here because it's right-hand traffic. So the right-hand traffic will either go here, I might just detach and have it go up to connect there, or it's gonna wrap around to connect over there. And this left side, it's gonna drop down to connect to there. So I actually got to delete that because I'm already wrong, or I'll just reroute it over there. And the left side from over here, and then on that right side right here, it's gonna unload, or maybe about right there. It's gonna go down, come into here and attach there. And on this side, it's gonna come probably about right here. It's gonna detach, go, and attach to here, which this part's supposed to be going that way. So I gotta correct this. But that's kind of the gist of what's going on. Okay, so I worked on it. As you can see here, the train track will go up right, or it'll go left when it's leaving, and when it's coming in, if it's coming from the right, it will go in, come down here. It's coming in over there, it will drop down and connect here. Then they'll come here and do all the loading. And so this is kind of the idea. So it'll come here, unload or load the train, come and then go, and then it'll just keep stacking from there. But I don't think it's gonna need a whole lot of trains, to be honest. I'm gonna make it to where it can hold 3 train stations to get distributed, but for the most part, like, this train is gonna be loading oil and turbo fuel, so we'll see how that goes, because all it needs to load is 600 and 600. I'm pretty sure. I need to check my notes, but we'll see. 600 turbo, 600 oil containers. Let me see. I lied, 650. So really this only needs 2, but I have 4, so I can split it into 4, which will even it out a little bit better, which is fine. So that works. Yeah, I'll set up for 3 more of these guys, and I would say that's probably good enough. I think we're gonna hope so, at least. I'm thinking of leaving a hole right here. So like, let's go 2. Okay, I'm having trouble here, and I might leave it here for now and figure it out later because I'm confused. Pretty much, I told these 2 that to stop, and there's a path here, that there's connection, so you gotta be careful. Then it comes over here, and I assumed it would just be the same type of layout, but it says no, and it causes this to break, because let's say if I deleted this, if I put that here, if I put a block here, then this works fine, and you work fine as well. Holy sh... What? 1 second. But I put a block here, and it gets really mad at me. What if this goes back to a path? Are you still mad at me? You're still mad. Okay, I'm really confused and I don't understand. I put the path here, I put a block there, and I put a block there and a block here, 2 blocks there. Now it's working fine. So I don't understand that. I don't know how that works, but you know what? It works fine now. This is how we're gonna have it. We're just gonna have these 3 right here. That's our terrain network. And I'm probably gonna delete this real fast. Probably go about...
I wish to encourage you to make better choices.
I think I died. I die way too much. Like, anyways, I don't even know what I was talking about. I think I was talking about deleting this to where now you can see this on the outside, and then right here is the inside of the building. So I gotta somehow make this look pretty decent, because I'm still not sure how I'm gonna be doing all this, especially because I gotta gather all these oil around here. Which, by the way, here's all the oil. So we have like a pier, 2 normals right there, and then a little mix right there. It's a well pump, and that all together makes 2,700, and that's what we're using to gather all this oil and turn it into turbo fuel in the process. Which means the sulfur over there is kind of wrong. So I gotta lower that number a little bit. I gotta update numbers over there now that I turned this into its own thing. But it's not like a huge difference. Might have extra coal there that maybe I'll just sink. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will. I promise you. Oh, what am I doing? Alright, so slight problem. I'm not turning around right now because, well, you're gonna tell already this is from the future, not present, of last time you've seen everything. Mainly because my audio capture for my mic screwed up my last recording, which was about an hour long. So an hour of my recording got deleted. Didn't work. No reason why. It was working the day before. I did testing before I started. I don't know what happened. But I was gathering oil, as you can see. And when I turn around, I'll start explaining what you've missed and just keep an open mind of how much has changed. Not a big change, but I cooked on the side of the build. I need you guys to see how good I cooked. Okay, I think that looks really good. And you guys might be saying this is dramatic. I wish there was a way to get rid of this fog, because I feel like this fog kind of ruins everything. But I made this. And no, I'm not crazy. This is a blueprint. And I was just working on the side of this building because I figured we could start here and gather all the oil after we're done with that. Because we're going to work our way through, right? My idea was to make this hang over and touch this side, and our refineries will have smoke come out, right? And we'll put these little smokestacks right here, so it makes it look like, you know, things are actually coming out of the factory. I thought that was a smart idea, so we did that. And I made a mistake. You can see over here that it's so close over here that I can't actually get the oil out of here without it looking completely bad. And I thought, well, let's just shoot it out of here. So that's what's happening. Everything's gonna be shot out of here. It's okay. It looks pretty good. We're making 750 heavy oil residue, and we're using 562 oil, which we're just gonna round to 600, or we're gonna think that we are. And probably that oil will come over here. I'm not sure yet. I might have this just tap over there. We got a lot of planning. I built this little blueprint here. This is just for now. The whole idea of it is that these first 4 buffers on the bottom will come in here and go to this guy, which this is what's gonna go to our nuclear power plant down there. The other 2 will be ideas for stuff later on that I won't really mess with right now. But yeah, that was the GIFs, and this blueprint was really simple, really easy to maneuver. It just took me a second, and I kind of went through it with you guys, but obviously not anymore because, well, it didn't save. But that's okay, because we still have quite a bit of stuff to do. There's going to be a decent boop in this, and the reason why is because the next time I'm recording, it's going to be after a live stream that's normally typically 4 hours long. So I will explain what's changed after this. Probably the main thing that's going to change is I'm actually going to finish building the outside of the base for the most part. I put a buffer down there just when all the oil comes down here, it'll go there and bounce back this way. But yeah, I had to overclock this because I had this 14, right? And so I had to overclock some of these and underclock some to make numbers work right. But you know what? It worked pretty good. I'm glad what I did. I've never really messed with metal pillars before, and that's what this whole thing is really wrapped around, is metal pillars. And I think it looks really good. I think it adds to the more industrial vibe that I've been trying to get. But yeah, that's what I kind of have planned with this. And what I was thinking is after we get all this oil gathered, this right here on this side and maybe that side, that's going to be all of our packagers, and that might be on another floor. We might have packagers down here and up here doing stuff. But yeah, actually I can hurry and show you guys what I actually have planned. Okay, so this is the plan. So we have 1400, right, going in here, getting packaged, getting sent off to whatever I need in the future. 650 of it is going to be going back to our nuclear power plant. But you see the oil that I said it's not quite 600, but we're just going to assume it is. It's going to go in here, do all of its fun stuff. But we have assemblers that we got to mess with. Obviously, more refineries. Look how many of these. I'm definitely going to have to overclock these, right? So it'll be 20 of these. This will be overclocked as well. There's no way that it wouldn't be. So it's kind of a process getting through all this. But as you see, we need quite a bit of water too. Which, good thing there's plenty of water over here to grab. Not that water though. We're already using all that water. Isn't that crazy? Look how crazy that is. Anyways, I gotta also do designs here. We're probably gonna make this go straight over here. I think this is how big this whole building is gonna be. So we're gonna have to fit it all into this building, which we're gonna see how that works. Now you got the gist of what we're doing. And yeah, let's just make a big boop and see what changes. Boop. You know what? Not much has changed. The only thing that I really did that might be a big difference is, well, I deleted the old path that you saw that went on down here up to getting all the resources I had here earlier before it became this factory. We gathered 600 sulfur, 600 coal, 300 iron, and 300 copper. And we needed that, which we won't be using all the iron or all copper, but I mean, it's like 20 per minute resource difference. So I mean, not really a big difference. I also finished gathering the oil. I'll hurry and show you that. Go near, boop. You see all the oil's grabbed. Now we got to figure out how exactly we want to do everything, right? Since we have everything coming in here, and this is about the size, everything I want. So I was wondering, since we have sulfur and coal already up higher, if we should like do a platform on top where the sulfur and copper will be going into, because we're using that to make compacted coal. You know what? We might be making this hard on ourselves, but let's put them right here for now. I'm thinking we can make it its own room too. So let's hurry and like make a wall over here if I can grab this. Now that we kind of like made our own box room over here, I have a blueprint called an assembler. I have a 16, which I'm guessing the 16 just stacks up. Perfect. Okay, so we got a 16 and I need 2 of these. Pretty sure. So we need 30 assemblers altogether. So that's kind of perfect. We're gonna hurry and put this down. So there'll be 16 and then another layer on top. Hopefully this doesn't go overboard with the whole idea. I'm hoping this works. We will see. And then it should be as easy as moving this over and then putting it on again. Okay, this is 32, and as you can see here, the layer on, like, it kind of goes over. So we might be lifting this up just a little bit higher, which is fine. That doesn't hurt me or anybody else. But let's first we're gonna have to make this room just a little bit bigger on both sides for logistic reasons. And why I want to make it bigger is because people will be walking in here in kind of higher elevation, and they'll be walking through this door and they're gonna see like not pipes but just belts going everywhere in here, because this is supposed to be all the assemblers we need. So we'll be making steel in here because we're using a plastic and a iron recipe. I figured this top one can be compact coal. We'll be using this recipe, so I'll control C and then just control V on everything. So I realized this won't completely work for a few reasons. So let me kind of like figure out exactly what I want to do, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, we got our little box and I figured out the inputs and outputs for everything. So this thing's 600 right here for our sulfur mixed with our coal to make compact coal. This down here is our canisters. So now what I was thinking is we can hurry and build up and completely lock this in so we can actually start figuring out the logistics for all this. Or maybe, you know, I won't do that quite yet, and we'll worry about where we want our like whole production with our iron stuff to go. I figured it could go like right here. Yeah, we actually really just don't need that much. Okay, so you'll grab a 2 in and 1 out, right? The blueprint that I made. We're gonna move it over. It gets a little tight right here. That should be okay. We'll maybe leave that much of a gap for logistics. So we can actually fit a perfect amount of refineries here for our copper and our iron, because we need 4 for copper, or sorry, 4 for iron and 6 for copper refineries, and we exactly have that. So that looks pretty good. It'll get pretty tight around here, but that's okay. We can always work with what we have. And the reason why I went higher up here is because I want to pass these refineries, because I only wanted these to poke out right here because I thought they looked good, but the inside I don't want it like that. But I still think we should have a roof, and I like this slope quite a bit. I don't know if I'll have that big of a slope, but maybe we could have a little bit similar. So let's go about like that. And since this is at a 4, let's go straight to a 1, which is a huge incline, but I like it. And then we'll just go flat, which will be about like that. This is the first time I've ever actually used a roof like this, so it's kind of interesting. But I do like the style. I'll have to make a blueprint so I can hurry. I would say that probably will look pretty good, actually. Let me hurry and go around and make sure this roof stays like this before you worry about these refineries, because I should probably build the outside before I work on the inside. Wouldn't you think? All right, so we got the roof done. It took me like 3 hours, but I got it. And I just made these air vents to make things look like, you know, there's actually some airflow going through in the factory. And this is a blueprint. If you guys want it, I'll probably be making a Patreon for this later on with all my blueprints and everything. So if you want that, then yeah, go right ahead. I'm going to start working on all sides of the walls now. All right, so I got the back side done. I got to kind of do a little bit more details on this, and then I'll start working on every side, and I'm just going to be doing it, and I'll just cut and show you the final piece, because we're 17 minutes in, and we got to get this video done. All right, we got this side done. Now let's worry about the other side. Kind of sucks that it's nighttime, but this is what I got for this side. It's a little bit bland, but you know what? I think it looks pretty good. And oh, look, there's my blueprint. All right, and this is the front. We don't have all the belts coming over to here yet and doing all their fun stuff, but for now, this is what we have. It's kind of bland. If you guys want me to come back here in the future and make it a little bit better, I can. I'm not done with like this stuff yet. I think I will be though. I might put paths going down here, stuff going up so they can go into these train tracks. But let me, for now, just work on this side, and then we can actually start working on the manufacturing part itself. All right, this side is done. It's just the same blueprint that was in the back, but I decided to put them on the side as well. And like I said, I plan on putting stairs here and all that, and I don't know if I'll do that right now or if I'll do that in between episodes. I'll probably just do that at the end of this episode, so I can say I have it done and over with. All right, we want it to where when you first walk in the room, let's say there's glass about right there. So you can see all the packagers moving, but you can't go over there. And you can start going up this ladder and go up to that main floor, and you stay up above the whole time, because I kind of want this whole bottom to be just manufacturing going on. Okay, it'll be like this. When you walk in, you can go up this. You'll see this go across here, so you're like wonder, hey, what's going on there? We're gonna have belts go across here to have some fun stuff going on. We're probably gonna build one more of these bad boys right here. You know what? Maybe not. Let's go. So after that, you'll come up here and then you go through here. And then at that point, you should be able to start seeing all the progress going on here. And we'll walk into this room. So I think we're gonna close this part off. You'll have this spot where you can just start walking in, going to the next room, and then this right here will get branched out and go connect over there into like a whole packager area over here, I think. Then you can go over here where you see all the turbo fuel being packaged, which I think will look good, and you have pipes coming through here as well, which just adds up to the fun stuff going on. So let's work on the packager room right here then. Okay, we got our basic stand now, and I'm pretty sure I have actually a blueprint for packaging. I think. Yeah, packaging fuel. Oh my goodness, that's actually perfect. Wait, this might work. So we got a problem with my blueprint just because we don't have a lot of space in here. I thought we did. So I might have to do all this by hand because we need quite a bit of packagers. So I have to figure that out now. I need 8 of these guys, which will work perfectly like this, actually. If I snug these guys over here and put these 2 right here, it'll actually fit all 8 of these refineries that I need to make turbo fuel, plus the packagers I need to package it. And we gotta move this oil up there and through there, I think. Yeah, I'll probably do that, so we gotta figure that out. Okay, yeah, I think I have a plan. So we're gonna like have these pipes go and connect here, right? And then this pipe will go over here, go up this wall, and then jump over and go in there. And then I think once we do that, we can fit like 2 of these refineries right here. Maybe one there, and one there. So we'll have 5 refineries. And we'll hurry and make some of our good old plastic. And we'll have to overclock and underclock some of these because we have to make like 200 per minute. We can do our turbo fuel here and our plastic here right off the bat, especially because we can just run these pipes over to our turbo fuel, and we already have our resin over here to go into these. So I mean, like, that would already check off some things. So let me hurry and mix things around, and I'll come up to you when I'm close to finishing. All right, so I got most of the setup ready. I got the turbo fuel pretty much completely done. I have a pipe going out into here. And I got all the stuff coming in here besides the compact coal that's not figured out yet. But the idea is that we're gonna have water come in from over here, I think. It's gonna come out here on the ceiling and it's gonna drop down to all these refineries. And we're gonna have the plastic come up and meet in the middle somewhere, come up to the ceiling and come out through there to that wall to the next project. Let me hurry and do all of that, and then we can start worrying about that over there, because you already know how water extractors and other stuff works. Okay, I got this room done. I got the water brought in, which I didn't go from this side because, well, the beach is pretty far away, farther than I thought it was. But I got everything. This is all the plastic right here that gets up, gets moved over to that room. Water comes in that way. I have the oil coming up, going into that room, then popping out and going into that room, just so we can clear space so it's not really in the way. I thought of moving the pipe and going across here, but I thought, you know, it'd probably look cooler if it came through this way. So that's what we decided to do. Finished the walkways. Well, actually I did it at the beginning, just so I can have a stable walkway. Yeah, there's that. Now let's work on the next room. Alright, so this one's a little challenging, because I'm not quite sure where I want to stop, but I figured I could have a walkway go across right here. You know, let's actually have it split. Let's have it split right here to where this will go that way, and this will go that way. Now we can walk over here and check out this place. What I know for sure is I'm gonna cut this room off. That room's gonna be cut off about right here. I left a friend in here, I guess, and you know what? I think we're just gonna leave him right here. I didn't know you're right here. How you doing, huh? Leave in the comments down below what do you want to name him, because he's gotta have a name. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. While we're bringing up with the names, you probably noticed that I left a text at the main part of the base in the front where it's supposed to have a name of the building. Well, I don't know the name, so I want you guys to kind of help me out with that. Tell me what you guys want me to name that room. All right, so in this room, we're gonna start putting refineries down everywhere. So we're gonna have to move this pipe because this pipe's kind of in the way, which is okay. What I'm thinking is we're gonna have our alternate steamed copper sheets in this room. And we might be having some packagers up right here. I'm not sure. It depends if we can fit all 9 in this area, or we might have to have one right here. But so far, okay, that's kind of clipping in a little bit. But we have 3, 6. I kind of doubt we can fit a 9 in here. Let's check. Ooh, the lag is real. Okay, I got this room pretty much completely done. All we need to do is get the copper and iron done, so we can bring the copper in here and the iron in here. I got the little plastic stuff coming in here, and I've shortened the belt to the Mark III, so it's kind of slower and you can see it. And I turned this into a 60 because that will go and get synced whenever this gets full. And so I thought that would be kind of a cool, neat little trick you see going on over there. I got these assemblers in, which is making the good old steel, and we got little mini lifts going on here, just getting everything done. And I rerouted the turbo fuel because I kind of forgot about that. So now that will come out here and go to probably these guys. I don't know if they will stay there, but it's starting to actually fill out now, which is kind of nice. But yeah, let's work on this side now with our good little buddy over here. And we're gonna have to figure out the separation with the iron and all that other stuff. We actually got to bring the iron in here too, so maybe I should hurry that. I'll get all this done in here and show you the aftermath after it's done. And just assume everything's connected in here, because it will be. All right, we are done with this room at least. This got a little bit more busy than I thought it was going to, and it was hard to maneuver things around. But how I normally do things is I'll work on one room, then go to the next room, and if they merge, then that's the less priority of the room itself. We have a Mark 6 belt in here, a Mark 4, a Mark 3, and a Mark 1. So we have plenty of belts here. But how we are doing everything is we have our copper sheets getting built here. We have our steel plates getting built here. That's also copper sheets. We have our just oil and turbo fuel leaving this area. We have water coming in. We got our ore coming in and going into that room for our copper and our iron. This is our plastic coming in, going through here. There's a priority right here, so where when this gets full, this will go there and sink, so we never have problems there. And yeah, that's pretty much how this room works, and this room is pretty much the same. Hey Billy, how you doing? Oh, he's a happy guy. Anyways, this room isn't really that chaotic because it's really just some stuff coming in and coming out. It worked pretty good for how I decided to do everything. That's not actually water coming in, and I don't think that's actually copper. Oh, it is. I forgot to route this to where it actually... Duh. Jeez, guys. I'm not using my brain. Okay, there we go. That actually lines up straight too, so that works perfect. I don't think I meant to do that. Wow. All right, and now let's work on the last room before we start. I don't think we really need to decorate anything too much besides just adding walkways around. You guys would not believe it, but I am finally done. This took me literally 6 hours to do. I had so much I had to fix because I screwed up royally. Just to give you the gifs, I just had to grab more ore, and it stayed in the same belt because I did Mark 5 belts to begin with, which I am so happy about. I had to come in here, make another assembler, make these fully overclocked. I had to come over here, turn that into more copper, then come in here to make more copper sheets because I didn't have enough, and I didn't have enough iron sheets. So I had to bring this up here after it gets made from iron. Come up here and make more iron sheets, and they're clocked like that, so it's exactly 150. So then there's more belts, which, you know, is fine because I like it when things are more busy, stuff are going on. And I filled up this corner, which I was pretty happy about. So that means I had to bring more belts in here to do stuff. I had to make 2 more assemblers here for empty canisters. I have 4 belts here. The first 3 are 600, and then the bottom one's a 900, including that and that together. I got all the pipe in, all the turbo fuel in, It'll be packaged, ready to go. I already have the turbo fuel ready to go into here. I plan on 300 and 300 for that. And then over here, 375 and 375 for the oil canisters. I shot everything in the back for now to go into these so I can actually make sure my numbers are working right. Because how it should be is this one should be 600, this one should be 750, that one should be 1200, and that one should be like 150, I think. 125, around there. And then I came out here and I finished all the walking, so you can actually come up here and walk through. All the belting to go on these aren't actually done yet. I was waiting till the day I actually come and, you know, start transporting stuff over to whatever factory we have going on in the future. That's not yet to be named because that is up to you guys. I'll make sure to remind you in my description. And of course, I just added a few more windows, made sure the walkways were good. And that's about it. So everything is done now. I think the front turned out really, really, really good. I'm so glad I decided to go with this design. This is the back here. I think the back looks pretty good. We got the top. You guys already seen this. I'm just showing you again one more time with all the design that I did. And then the back here. That's actually the side. I don't know what my angles or sides are apparently. And then this is the back. All I did is this little walkway here so you can go down and check out the pipes and come up and go inside, which I actually didn't add a door in the back. So you have to go all the way around to the front. It's okay, you need your steps anyways. But the moment of truth, when I turn this switch, which I should probably make it a priority anyways. What should we name this? Oil, that's not caps. Oil plant, yas. Okay, oil plant, yas, we can never forget it. And since I need this for my nuclear power plant, it's gonna be here. You guys ready? That's how much power we're gonna need for this. That's how much of our consumption we have. So I think we're fine. Like, about 90,000 of this we will never actually touch. So anyways, let's get into this. Ooh, okay. Nothing broke. Everything should have power. Okay, yep, there's yellow going on. Okay, there's yellow here. These belts should be starting to, yes, okay, they're moving. Okay, we're making compact coal. These have to start filling up, so for now they're just gonna be like that. Everything has to actually build up. I'm gonna come back with you guys when we start seeing some stuff getting packaged, or at least canisters coming in here, because there's no canisters yet. Okay, well, I just forgot to, you know, turn on these pumps. So that's my bad. Now things are actually being pumped. Okay, we got oil moving now. We got oil. Okay, we got turbo fuel moving finally. And we got oil moving too. That oil's not going. Oh, that would probably explain why. Okay, there we go. We got oil moving too. Okay, it claims the 1200 is not moving at all, and that's also kind of worrisome. I made the mistake again. You know, the one nice thing about having power in this building now, I can have a hover pack. Jeez, I've been wanting this for a while. I just too afraid to have power on with anything, so I just didn't. I've made about 1,000 mistakes doing everything here, but we're good now. This is 600, which is supposed to. That's also 600. This is 900. All of this finally backed up. Took only 2 hours. And all this is now running properly. Even when we're done with this and we actually start sending stuff into these buffers, I don't want this to ever go away and not sync over there, just in case if this gets full, I have to have it sync. Cause turbo fuel especially, if that ever stops production, then there's about 1,000 other things that will stop. There's a lot of things that once it stops, it's not going to turn back on again. For example, heavy oil residue. If heavy oil residue stops, then your polymer resin stops, which then your plastic stops, and then you have to restart all 3 of those at once. It really sucks to deal with it. I had to do that about 1,000 times when this was first booting up, because the polymer resin wasn't going fast enough with the plastic, so the canisters weren't getting built fast enough, but the oil and everything was making everything fast enough. So this was waiting on the canisters. It was a problem. We have everything done. Everything is good. I'm done for the day. Oh my goodness. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You finally got to see me actually build a factory, not see me go and gather resources and do all this other bullshit. Ignore my language. I always bleep all my stuff out. I've been doing this for about 6-7 hours today, so I'm pretty done. Like I said, Remember to go over there and make sure, yeah, maybe I should press H or T so you can actually see better. Have a name. We don't have a name for this factory yet, and we want a name. So give me a name. Say hi to Jeff. Jeff has been going in and out of the building. Hopefully we never lose him. And yeah, you guys have a good one. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye bye.